Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to make this Uncle Sam's hat. I'm calling it the American hat. American hat, but that's like Uncle Sam's hat. So anyway, we're going to get started on that. And I'm just going to use the navy blue border and navy blue where the black is around the hat. So we're going to start out by this is the American Hat Diamond. We're going to start out by chaining 2, and then in the second chain from the hook you're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles. So that is a falling leaf stitch, as you probably well know if you've seen enough of these videos. I've been doing them all year. So that is 1 row, and that's 1 block or square. So chain 2 and turn, and then in the second chain from the hook again you're going to put that falling leaf stitch in, which is a single crochet and 2 doubles in the same stitch. Alright, so you're going to skip these 2 doubles, and in this last stitch down here where that's a single, you're going to put that falling leaf stitch in there. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so now we have row 2 and we have 2 squares. 1, 2. Alright, and now row 3, chain 2 and turn. And we'll always at the beginning at the beginning row you'll always chain 2 and start your square in that second chain from the hook. You're always going to do that. And then we're going to start a different color in here because we have as soon as I find my blue. Where'd you go? Looking for the end. Where is the end? There it is. Alright. So I'm going to use this blue as a background color. And I did not finish my whole second double crochet. I did half of it, and then the last 2, I'm bringing this color through. And that's how you change color. And then you need to take this with you, because we're going to put this light blue in the middle of these navy blues. And then there I am again. We're going to change back to the navy, because in this pattern you'll always start with a navy and you'll always end with a navy, because there is a border around it. So you're always going to do that. So this is what row 3 looks like, and we've got the blue in between the navies. Alright, chain 2 and turn for row 4, and this time we're going to put 2 blues in between the navies. and then put our navy blue in at the end here. So every one of these squares goes into a single. You'll always skip over the two doubles and put the square in the single crochet. So I don't know if I told you that, but that's how it goes. So there is 4 rows, and you should have 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's mark off our first 4 rows. And then go to row 5. And for the first 10 rows, this is easy peasy. So we're going to chain 2, and start our first square in that second chain from the hook. And in row 5, we're going to put 3 blues in between the 2 navies. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And as always, I am using my J hook when we do these diamonds, because this is my favorite hook. And there is row 5 and what it looks like. So row 6, and then row 6, we're going to put 4 blues in between the navy blues. So there's 1, 2, 3,
'She's coming at 5:47.
All right, Vince. And there's 4, and now we're going to switch over to the navy blue. All right, so there is row 6, row 7, chain 2 and turn. think I'm going to see if I can find my glasses. Well, where did the... All right. So, row 7, we are doing 5 blues in between the navies. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then switch over to the navy. And there we have it. So that is row 7. Chain 2 and turn for row 8. And in row 8, we need 6 blue in between the navies. So there's 1, well, of course, we get a knot in the yarn right in the middle of this row. All right. This is going to take me longer. And we'll be right back when I get this knot out. Okay, so I got the knot out. And we are on row 8 and we're trying to put 6 blues between the 2 navies. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And there's what row 8 looks like. And then we will be back for row 9 in a moment. Okay, so we have eight rows done. So now we have to mark off 4 more rows and start row 9. Alright, so we're going to chain 2 and turn. And start row 9. Alright, and in row 9 we need 7 of these blues in between the navies. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And switching back over to our navy and finishing off with that. And there is row 9. And our square always grows up by 1 as we go up. So what I mean by that is row 8 has 8 squares, row 9 has 9 squares, and row 10 will have 10 squares, so and so forth. So we're going to chain 2 here and turn for row 10. And in row 10, we need 8 blue squares in between the 2 navies. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switching back over to our navy. And there's 10 rows. Oh my goodness. I just dropped that. Back up. Alright, so we are going to mark off 10 rows. The 9 and 10. There we go. And then we're going to start row 11 here. And we're going to chain 2 and turn. We're starting out with our navy blue, and then we're going to switch over to our blue. And we need 2 of these blues next. So there's 1, and 2. Then we're going to switch over to our navy blue again. And now we need, this is where I probably would have put the black, but I am going to just outline that hat in navy blue instead of black. So there's 1 less color for me to worry about. 2, and 3. And then we're going to switch back over to our blue. And now we need 4 blue and a navy, and that's going to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to switch back over to our navy and finish it off. And there we go. So there is row 11. So I better mark these off as we go because I might get confused. It don't take much. Alright. This next row we're going to be introducing white into it. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And then we'll start out with our navy like we always do. And then we're going to switch over to our blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We just need 3, and then we're going to switch back over to the navy, and we need 2 navy. So there's 1, and 2, and then we need our white. So I need 2 white. Next. So there's 1, and 2. Now we're just going to leave that white behind and go back to our navy. And we need 2 navy. So there's 1, and 2, and then back to our blue, and we just need 1 blue and 1 navy, and that'll finish off this row. And there's row 12. Alright, so let's mark it off. And go on to row 13. We better chain 2. There we go. Now we can start our square. And then we're going to switch over to our blue and put 1 blue in next. And then switching back to the navy, we need 1 navy, and then bring up the white, and we need 5 white, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to switch back. We're going to leave that white there and switch back to our navy. This way. So we want 1 navy, 3 blue, and a navy, and that'll finish off this row. right, and there is row 13 then. Alright, so chain 2 and turn for row 14. And of course, we're going to start out with our navy like we always do. And then we're going to switch over to our blue. And then we need 2 blue. So I need 1 more. And then we're going to switch over back over to the navy, and we need 2 navy, and then we need to switch over to our white, bring our white up, and we need 6 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need a navy, a blue, and a navy, and that'll finish off this row. And there we have it. So there is row 14 finished. And go to 15. And chain 2 and turn for 15. Right. And then we're going to switch over to our blue. We need to put 2 blue in. So there's 1, 2. And then switching over to our white. We we need to put 2 or 4 white in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 white. And then back to our navy again. So we need the two navy. So there's 1, and 2. And then back to our white again. We need 2 white. So 1 and 2. Now we can leave this white behind because we don't need any more. We need 1 navy. And then 2 blue and a navy. And that'll finish off this row. Alright, so there is row 15 finished. We'll mark that off. Alright, chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start off with our navy and then switching over to blue and 16, row 16 now. We need 1 blue, and then we're going to switch back over to our navy. We need 2 navy. And then switching over to our white, we need 2 white. So there's 1. And 2. And now let's switch over to our navy again. so then we need 3 navy. So there's 2. And 3. And then we're switching back over to the white again. And we need 3 white.
The fact that you continue to try to do things, you're just prolonging your recovery. If you took one day and like sat most of the day, you would feel a lot better. Oh, but I sat half the day. How many hours of sleep were you getting? I was up 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah, you gotta take a nap or you gotta get some sleep. Yeah, I mean, like that.
Alright, and then we need 1 navy, 2 blue, and a navy. And that'll finish this off. Wait a minute, but we're going to leave that white behind. We don't need that white to go with us.
I saw this thing online that was like, I wanted to get a second cat, but my husband didn't want one, so I bought one identical to the first one, and it took a month to figure out we had 2. That's hilarious. I mean, depending on the size of your house, I feel like you could pull it off. You know, it's like, we got a bigger pet carrier, that pet carrier. Yeah, you have a decent picture of it, I can post it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So yeah, so Anthony's going to be, Anthony's going to do cereal.
Alright, so there is row 16 finished. And we're going to start row 17. Let's mark off 16 first. Alright, chain 2 and turn. Alright, so now we're going to switch over to our blue and row 17. And we need 3 blue. So there's 1, 2,
I wouldn't even know about it. It happened to be the Bernadette Blackstone, saw it in the paper in Moyam area, and that's
3. And then we need our navy blue. And we need white. Alright, hang on. Switching over to the white. And we need 3 white. So 1, 2, 3. And then go back to our navy blue. And put 4 navy blue in. So 1, 2, 3.
at 1 and 2 I would take care of. I mean, obviously I was younger, but still.
4, and then we're going to switch over to our white and put 2 white in. So there's 1 and 2, and then we need to switch over to our alt navy, and we need 1 navy, 1 blue, and 1 navy, and that's going to finish off this row. Alright, so that is row 17, and we will be back for 18. Alright, so we are going to start row 18. And so we're going to chain 2 and turn, and starting out with our navy blue, and now we need our blue, and then we need 1 blue here, and then we're going to switch back over to our navy and put 1 navy in. And now we need our white. So I'm going to switch over to our white. And we need 2 white. So there's 1, and 2. And then we go back to our navy. And now we need 4 navy. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then we switch back to our white. And we need 3 white. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then back to our navy. And then we'll leave that white right there. 1 navy in here. right after those 3 whites. And then we're going to switch over to our blue, and we need 4 blue and a navy, and that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put our navy in here in this last one. And there we have it. So there is row 18 finished. On to row 19. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we'll start out with our navy to begin with. And switch over to the blue. And now we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our 2 navy. So there's 1, and 2. And then we're going to switch over to our white. And we need 3 white. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to switch over to our navy. And we need 5 navy here next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we need a white, a navy, a blue, and a navy. So There's a white. Now we can leave this white behind. And then navy, blue, navy to finish it off. Alright, so there's 19. Chain 2 and turn. We have navy, a blue, a navy, then we need one white, five navy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's 2 white, and then 2 navy, so there's 1, and 2. Oh, dang it. Hang on a second. We need to leave that white behind. I don't want to carry that white any further. Leave that white there. And let's put our 2 navy in. And then we need to switch over to our blue and put 1 blue, 1 navy, and then 4 blue and a navy should finish it off. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there is 20. So you should have 20 squares. We have 20 rows. All right, so let's switch over to the next page. For row 21, okay. So chain 2 and turn. And we'll start out with our navy first. Then we need to switch over to our blue. And we need 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then switching over to our navy, we need 2 navy. So there's 1, and 2. And then we need to bring our white over. So we need 2 white, so there's 1, and 2. And then we need our royal blue. Where'd you go? So we're adding another color in here. And we just need 1 royal blue here. And then we can just leave it there for right now, because that's the only royal blue we're doing in this row. And now we need our navy. So we want one navy. And then we need to switch over to our white. And we need 2 white. So there's 1, 2. And then back to our navy. We need 5 navy. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll switch back over to our white. And we need a white. And then we need a navy, blue, navy to finish this off. So we'll leave that white behind. Right, so there we have 21 rows now. We'll mark that off. Row 22. We're going to chain 2 and turn. And starting off with the navy and then going into our blue. We need 2 blue. So there's 1, 2. And then we need to switch over to our white. We need 1 white. And then we need 5 navy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a white, and then go back to our navy, and we need 2 navy, so there's 1, and 2, and then bring up our this royal blue, and we need to put 2 of them in. So there's 1, and 2, and then back to our white, and we need 1 white, and then 1 royal blue, and then we're going to add our red in. We need that royal blue can stay here. We don't need that anymore. So we need 1 red here. And then our navy blue. Hang on a second. We're leaving that white there. Putting in the royal blue. Then the red. We're going to leave that royal blue there. We don't need that royal blue the rest of this row. Alright, and then we're going to go for the navy. And we need 1 navy, 3 blue, and a navy. So there's 1, 2, 3, And there we go. So there is that hat so far. That is 22. Alright, row 23 is next. We're going to chain 2 and turn. We're going to go from navy to blue. We need 3 blue in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need a navy in here. We need 2 red next. So we switched over to red. So 2 red. And we're not doing red the rest of this way, so we're just going to leave it here and switch over to our white. And we need 2 white. Wait a minute. We're going to need this blue next, so let's bring it up to. That royal blue I just brought up. So there's 1, and 2, and then we need our royal blue. And we need 3 of them. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we can leave that behind and go to our navy blue. As soon as I find our Y. Alright, so we got the navy. We need 1 navy, 1 white, and 4 navy. Okay, so there's our white. Go back to the navy, and we need to take that white with us. So we need 4 navy and a white. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need to switch back to our white. And then we need a white and a navy. Now I can leave that white there. Leave it behind. I'm done with the white in this row. Put a navy in here. And then we need to go to regular blue. Our background color blue. And we need 2 blue and a navy. And that'll finish off this row. And that is row 23. All right, so let's mark that off. Go to row 24. We're going to chain 2 and turn. Alright, we're going from navy to our background color blue. And we need 2 blue next. So there's 1. And 2. And then we're going back to our navy. And we need 1 navy. And then we need our white. So we need 1 white and 1 navy. So from white back to navy. So navy, white, now we need 4 navy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4, and then we need to go back to our white, and we need 1 white and then 1 navy, back to the navy, and then we need our royal blue, and we need 1 royal blue, and then our white, we need 2 white, so there's 1, and 2, and then we need our red, nope, we're going back to the royal blue, alright, and so that's the end of the white, we can leave it behind. I need 2 royal blue first before we go to the red. So there's 1, and 2, and now we can go to the red. So we need 3 red, so there's 1, 2, hang on a second, I'm going to leave that royal blue behind me before I take on that red. There we go. Because I won't need that again. So we need 3 of these red. And then we need 1 royal blue, 3 blue, and a royal blue. That'll finish off this row. One, 2, and 3. Alright, so there is row 24. And let's mark it off and go on to row 25. Okay, we're going to chain one and turn. Uh-oh. No, we're going to chain two. I was going to say, that didn't look right. Alright. In the second chain from the hook. And now we need our regular blue here. We need 3 of these. So there's 2. And 3. And then we need our navy blue. And we need 1 navy blue here. And then we need our red. So we need 3 red. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then we're going to leave that behind and then go to the, we need a white next. So let's bring the white up here. And we're going to put a white in here. And then we're going to switch to our royal blue. And we need 2 royal blues. So there's 1, 2, and then we're going to switch back over to the white. And I need 1 white right here. And then back over to the royal blue. And we need 2 royal blues. So 1, 2. So now I can leave that royal blue behind, and we need our navy next. So we need 1 navy, 1 white, and then three navy. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We need 2 white, oh, wait a minute, I can't leave that navy behind because I need it at the end. Alright, so 2 white, 3 blue, and a navy should finish off this row. Now I can leave that white behind. Alright, so that is row 25, and we have 25 squares, or you should have 25 squares in this row. And this is what our um, diamond is looking like so far. Alright, so we are done with half of our diamond, and when we come back tomorrow, we will be finishing up our diamond, and we're going to start on row 26 and decrease on both ends. And so there we go, half the diamond and what it looks like. Alright, so we will see you tomorrow to finish up our diamond. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.